Alright, Bouman reloading here again. We finally got our Picatinny risers. They are in. We're going to see about getting them installed here quick. Same deal, when you're mounting these compared to mounting a scope, make sure you're pushing them all the way forward, because the recoil is going to push the scope forward, it pushes the gun back. I've never used these risers before. They look pretty self-explanatory. We're going to torque them down to 30 inch-pounds here. We're just tightening them up. I got my torque wrench set up, so you'll see they can move a good little bit. Alright. $30. I like to verify. Same thing. Move it all the way forward. Tighten it down evenly. Sorry for bumping the camera. Alright, just like that. Now, put these in place. I'm going to center them up. I think I can put them on here first before putting the scope on it. Alright, then here we have the Vortex Eliminator. Now, I may have to put it on the scope first. Bear with me here. I have that backwards. It doesn't matter what side you have it on. However, I like it on this side here. Alright. Back one's in place. I just need to loosen this front one without dropping my scope. Front one's in place. That was harder than it needed to be. I'd like to move this back one forward one notch. Alright, so you just have to kind of rotate it just a touch. And then it slides right in. Alright, same deal. Before you actually tighten it down, push the scope all the way forward until it captures that lug in the back. The front doesn't have that. It's just smooth. Alright. The book recommends, I believe, 60 inch-pounds to 70 inch-pounds. See if this will fit in here without being too awkward. Could have swore I grabbed the right size. I may have to pause the video and actually go get a socket that'll fit on my screwdriver. But we'll see. I have this here. I just don't want to mar anything up terribly bad. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Fun fact about torque wrench is depending on the direction that you're turning it, it will be different. So at a 90-degree angle, your torque is what it's supposed to be. But if you have it at a 45, it changes your torque value. Doesn't change it much, but it does change it. All right, I don't like that too much, but it's mounted for now. I'm gonna take the battery cover off here quick. We're gonna pop some batteries in it, and I'll see if I can show you the inside of the scope. And I'll probably mount the scope shade on it too. Seems like almost every time I'm trying to shoot a coyote, they're just not quite in the right spot for me. This is a better scope shade than what the first one came with, I think. I'll have to find it. I still have it around here somewhere. It's heavier duty. It's thicker. Has a bigger ring on the front of it. Okay. Move my gun. I need a tiny little screwdriver. Give me just a second here. The drawer is a mess. There it is. Alright, little screwdriver. Oh, I might need to find a smaller tip. Yep, way smaller tip. There we go. I'm going to turn it around here. That way you can see what I'm talking about. Alright. Loosen that up. I'll move the camera for a second. Alright. Okay, just like that. Well, almost. Don't over tighten these. It doesn't take much. And it's just the two AAA batteries. It'll last a hell of a long time. And for anybody that's new that's watching this, I had to send my Burris Eliminator in. I wasn't very happy about that. Brand new, I kept it for about 9 months. For one, I didn't know that there was a problem with it, and I just kind of dealt with it. But the dots on the inside were so dim, I could barely see them. And I just kind of put up with it. Still a good shooting gun. I could still see it. It was just really dim. And finally, I got tired of it, and I called them. I was like, "Hey, what's the deal with this? What can I do?" All right, just like that. Well, and anyway, so what they said was there's nothing you can do. The scope itself is bad. And now everything works on it the way it should. You can dim it down and you can brighten it up. I'm gonna pause the video here. I don't have anywhere I can range inside the house, but we have it mounted. Now we just have to load up some ammo for it. But I'll show you what the inside of the scope looks like. And I'm thinking about maybe getting a scope cam. That way I can actually show you guys what I'm shooting, when I'm shooting. It'd be a lot of fun, I think. But I don't know if I want to drop the money on it. We'll see. But I'm going to pause the video, and then I'll show you the inside of this really quick. Alright, so here's the Burris Eliminator on the inside. And what you're going to see is that tree there. And it's going to put a dot down the center of that tree for how far you need to actually hold on a target. It's going to give you a range up at the top. Where that Y is, it's going to give you a range. It can't right now because I'm too close. The battery's off to the right-hand side there. In between the range and the battery, it's going to tell you how far you have to hold at that range for 10 mile an hour of wind. So if it says if it says 1.0, you're going to hold one dot into the wind on wherever it tells you to hold for your elevation. They're pretty darn accurate once you have them dialed in. You have to do a little bit of work. You need to find out how fast your bullet's going. But otherwise, they're pretty simple. You need your velocity, your bullet weight, your G7 or G1 of your bullet for how aerodynamic it is, but it's easy. So up next on the list here is we need to actually load some rounds. I'm going to make that into a separate video to show you how to resize from 223 down to 20 practical. Thank you guys for your time, and until next time.